What's up, everybody? It's Conesy here. Special shout out to Giant Blue 76. 76 different hot routes on every single play. That's right, Chuck. You're the new Falker. And today I'm going to be doing my first ever mock draft for the NNFL. And without further ado, let's get started. The Arizona Cardinals have the first pick, and they're going to take Mitch Kirkpatrick, the quarterback out of Florida. The Cardinals need to find a replacement for Carson Palmer. Scouts around the league have raved about Kirkpatrick's arm talent. Some say he has the strongest arm in the draft class. He has a strong, sturdy body, which is just what Coyle likes in a man. I mean a quarterback. With the second pick in the NFL draft, the New Orleans Saints are going to be taking Leonard Pittman, outside linebacker. The Saints need to get some help in their front seven. Pittman will give them just that. He's a freakish pass rusher, and he's drawing comparisons to Khalil Mack already. The Saints trade away multiple picks to move up 7 spots. Odds are that is a draft Pittman. With the third pick in the NFL draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars take DeAndre Howard, defensive end. Jacksonville shocked many when they sent several picks to the Jets to move up for the third overall pick. After the success that Chad Kelly saw last season, it wouldn't make very much sense that this was done to draft a quarterback. For this reason, I have a great deal of certainty that the Jaguars take Howard, third overall. Dallas is going to take Reggie Blackshear, middle linebacker. The Cowboys need someone to fill Sean Lee's spot soon. For this reason, they take Blackshear. This man terrorized offenses with bone-crushing blows. We all know how Tim likes hard-hitting linebackers. This one is a no-brainer. There is some concern about the competition that Blackshear faced. Many feel that the junior college competition hasn't prepared him for the NFL. With the 5th overall pick, the Detroit Lions are going to take E.J. Bates, quarterback. The rumor that the Lions are not satisfied with Stafford has grown recently, so much so that I honestly believe the Lions planned to draft his successor with this pick. If they are to take a quarterback with their first pick, I think that Bates is the man. The Chicago Bears are going to be taking Kendall Stringer, the strong safety, with the 6th pick. So at this point, 2 of the top linebackers have been taken. I doubt the Bears see any linebackers worth the pick at 6. Stringer is the next best option. He can serve as an enforcer in the back end of the Bears' defense. This is exactly the player they need. San Francisco's pick is Von Burke, the cornerback. The Niners recently spent a great deal of money to sign Devontae Adams in free agency. That filled one of their needs. It is possible that they go with another offensive pick, namely a Nick Franklin, but I doubt that is the case in this situation. With talent like Burke's at this point, this is a no-brainer. Burke is the pick at 7. The Los Angeles Chargers move back to 8 by trading with the Cardinals, and here they're going to be taking Banks Wall. The Chargers created a bit of a problem when they traded away Joey Bosa, and they also traded away Daquan Jones, who came to Los Angeles in the Bosa-Mariota trade. The Chargers need a presence on the defensive line. With Howard gone, Banks Wall is the next best man. Indianapolis at 9. Stuart James, a halfback. The Colts had problems containing Fournette, Henry, and Foreman during their 6 division games. What do each of these runners have in common? They pound you into submission. Stuart James is that type of back, and after being the recipient of several big games from these hard runners, it's likely the Colts choose to get one themselves. Number 10. Nathan Wellborn, the left tackle, goes to the Packers. The Packers traded away Brian Bulaga, which created a big gap on the offensive line. Wellborn stonewalled defenders all season long, and this is just the man to keep Aaron Rodgers protected during the upcoming season. Wellborn is believed to be the consensus top offensive lineman in this draft by many scouts. So he's going at 10. At 11, Miami selects Cole Hubbard. The Dolphins have made it clear that Tannehill is not their man, and they're looking to replace him in this draft. Hubbard apparently blew the Dolphins away in his interview. His arm strength also did wonders for his draft stock. Hubbard left school early to prepare for the Combine, which caused many teams to remove him from their boards. His showing at the Combine caused many to return them to their board, and I feel the Dolphins are one of those teams. Atlanta at 12. J-Rone Diggle, left tackle. As stated in my team needs video, Worm needs an offensive lineman, or so he says. Assuming that this is truly the case, it only makes sense that Dingle is the next offensive lineman off the board. And let's be honest, Worm's going to take a man named Dingle. With the 13th pick, the top wide receiver comes off the board. Nick Franklin goes to the Cleveland Browns. Nick Franklin is one of the most intriguing prospects in this draft. He played all season as a two-way player, as a wide receiver and cornerback. Many scouts are worried that this set him up for failure, as he could not specialize in either position. He dropped down many teams' boards, but at this point, whether he plays cornerback, wide receiver, or simply as a gadget player, he's a steal. Tennessee takes John Goldberg, the quarterback, at 14. The Titans need a quarterback, which isn't all that surprising given that they traded away their franchise quarterback early in the season. The Titans missed out on signing a quality quarterback in free agency and are now left at the mercy of the draft. However, John Goldberg could be the man for the job in Tennessee. He has a strong arm and a sturdy frame. There have been concerns that he benefited far too much from the halfback Anthony Riley during his time at UCLA. Number 15. The Los Angeles Rams select Warren Scheffler, the center. The Rams have made it known that they want to get some hog mollies on this team to help Gurley beat up defenses. Scheffler is a player that played both guard spots as well as center at Ohio State. He specialized in the run game, which is why he gets taken here at 15. At number 16, Minnesota takes Deshaun Long, free safety. Long is believed by many to be the second best safety in this draft behind Stringer. Some even believe that his coverage ability surpasses Stringer. The Vikings are looking to give Harrison Smith a counterpart in the back end of the Minnesota defense, and Deshaun Long can be that counterpart. Number 17, the Cleveland Browns select Ishaq Kraft. The Browns get a steal of a pick by grabbing the second best corner in the draft with their second pick in the first round. Kraft saw less fanfare than Burke, but quietly became a legitimate rival for Burke. The two DBs fought for interception supremacy throughout the season, each led the NCAA at least 6 different times in interceptions. Kraft ended up winning the pick battle after a 3-interception game to end the year. At pick 18, Pittsburgh takes Faisal Gross, defensive tackle. Both of the top safeties are gone, which means that the Steelers are likely taking the best defensive player on the board, and that is Gross. Atlanta with their second pick, pick 19. They take Frank Norman, the halfback. The Falcons are looking to get Freeman a quality backup after trading away Tevin Coleman during the season. Norman shares many favorable qualities to Coleman, so he's a good fit here. Number 20, Washington takes Cornelius King, the center. Soccer Pop had a pretty successful season last year. Much of his success can be attributed to the run game. King will simply add one more legit mauler to an already stout Redskins offensive line. Minnesota, with their second pick, are going to be taking Russell Boyman, the right guard. After going defense with their first pick, the Vikings likely go offense on their second pick. Boyman will help solidify a Minnesota offensive line, and linebacker is also a possibility of this pick, but offensive line is the most likely pick. The second wide receiver is going to come off the board at 22. Buffalo is going to take Ryan Goldson. With an aging McCoy and Taylor, it's reasonable to think the Bills are looking to depart from a run-oriented offense. Adding a big body and red zone threat like Goldson will help with that. A trio of Matthews, Jones, and Goldson will help cause troubles for any of the opposing defenses. 23. The Seahawks take Hanson Esponda, the top tight end. Sully has an interesting scenario to deal with at 23. Jimmy Graham has been franchise tagged and may or may not be re-signed next offseason. This may urge a tight end pick at the 23rd pick. Offensive line is also a concern, so that could be addressed here. Esponda is the top tight end available, and with Graham's future in Seattle being uncertain at this point, Esponda could very well be the pick here. 24. The New York Jets take Wes Esposito, quarterback. The Jets have made it clear that their quarterback is not on their roster right now. That would make it an almost certainty that they plan to take a quarterback with their first pick. This is a bit high for Esposito, so they may address another need such as offensive line with this pick. But if a quarterback is the choice, Esposito is their man. With 2 Carolina picks coming up, they will likely look to add a chef and a pregame fluffer to feed and comfort Mr. McCaffrey. Assuming they decide to draft actual players, it would make sense that Porky aims to draft an offensive lineman to help McCaffrey get more stats. Baltimore takes Lindsey Marshall, the halfback. Speedy Marshall out of Richmond was dubbed the Richmond Runner due to his breakneck speed. That was, of course, not his nickname because I just made that up. He is fast, though, and Smooth likes his fast guys to run the stretch with. So Marshall is the pick here. With Mr. McCaffrey's second pick, he's going to be taking Marquise Haggins, the middle linebacker. He may not be an offense, but the best way to get McCaffrey the ball is to get quick turnovers, and Haggins has the ability to do so. Pick 28, Buffalo selects Charles Lens, outside linebacker. Lens fell to the 28th pick because he had a less than stellar combine. He was a highly touted prospect prior to the combine. The Bills could have found a steal at pick 28. Pick 29, Detroit, Bryant Lesnar, left guard. Bryant Lesnar, nephew of actor and scratch golfer Brock Lesnar, is very strong and has a mauler's mentality. The Lions are looking for a new identity on offense. This pick will help them not only keep their new quarterback safe, but also instilling fear into opposing defenders. With the 30th pick, Philadelphia is going to be taking J.T. Adams, the free safety. J.T. Adams is a very underrated prospect at safety. During his time at UAB, he failed to get the attention that Stringer and Long received, but showed great promise nonetheless. His ability revolves around commanding a defense and being a leader in the back of the defense. What he lacks in physical ability, he makes up for intelligence and grit. Pick 31, the Denver Broncos are going to be taking Glenn St. Pierre, the right guard. I had originally pegged the Broncos to take a quarterback with this pick, but seeing as how the quarterback class has been whittled down, I don't think they take one here. There are still higher value picks to be had at this point. I picked St. Pierre as the guy due to his powerful frame and footwork. This could easily be a safety as well, such as Deshae Stallworth. Number 32, Dimitri Blackstock, halfback. Guys, it's Chuck. We don't have to think too hard about this one. Dimitri Blackstock is the pick at 32. Why is that? Well, you know where we're going with this. Say it with me. He's a beast. If you like that video, make sure you like and subscribe to keep up with all of the future NNFL activity. If you want to keep up with stats and standings in between videos, go check us out at daddyleagues.com/NNFL. You can follow the NNFL on Twitter at @the_NNFL. If you have a comment or suggestion, leave it in the comment section below. Also, if you want to watch any of our games, check the description for all of the streaming links. As always, thanks for watching.